I'm just saying, is this meant to confirm the fact that Pudding is a good person, or is this once again hinting that she is hiding something? Uda sensei, I'm seriously asking, what are you doing with this? Jiro Sanji? It's one further confusion after another. And the fact that people cannot want I mean, no, not can not wrong words. I meant to say the fact that people do not want Luffy to defeat a Yonko because, well, that's technically impossible. I'm still just asking what is going on. Hi, for those who are watching, it's the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, bringing you chapter 848 of One Piece. First, some unusual cover story with Japanese kanji, something about 2007. Uh, no, not 7, 17, I meant. I don't know what that is hinting. Is that hinting towards a new movie or a new anniversary? Either way, then we have a cover page of the Straw Hats all being in red clothes. Ooh. It feels both poetic and kinda eerie at the same time. And that giant red teddy bear who's there for no other reason, also that way. Either way, in the fight, the Charlotte children, of course, do not take Luffy serious, and actually, in a way, they are correct. Big Mom is still Big Mom, and Luffy is still a rookie. He's no longer a rookie in the eyes of the Grand Line, but in the New World, that's another story. Even though he did technically defeat Don Flamingo, but that's beside the point. So the Big Mom has shut off her Den Mushi, and then the childrens are greeted by, I don't know exactly who that is. It looks like a little kid riding a caterpillar with name number 2. If it weren't for the fact that the kid looks so small, I would have almost beginning to believe that would be the second son. But no, that's impossible. It's probably one of Big Mom's younger children, and he looks extremely disturbing. He dresses and talks almost like a gangster, or more like and given to the fact that he has holders like this on his caterpillar, maybe more appropriate to say that he talks almost like a motorcyclist, something like that, and he does not gonna brush his teeth. Either way, Big Mom has actually managed to calm herself after feeling a little bit twinsy, because, well, Luffy is still a rookie in her eyes, but also because everything is going according to her plan. She's soon gonna have the German 66 and gonna have a wedding cake. Uh, so nothing can really go wrong, according to her at least. It is also confirmed that that hat of Big Mom, there were a guy who did a theory, do not remember exactly his YouTube channel, but I did some theory to say that that homie hat of Big Mom is special. And now it seems to be confirmed because it seems like that hat is telepathic. It had telepathy because it's getting a signal and immediately tells to Big Mom that there is intruders inside the treasure cage. I mean, that hat seems to be Big Mom's advisor, but it also seems that that theory is true. Something that maybe that hat has Big Mom's soul and therefore is connected to every single homie. Therefore, he can read their minds, so to speak. We also get a little bit more glimpse on Zeus, the thundercloud, who is standing by Big Mom's side. And of course, Big Mom is not really happy about an intruder, but more because they're not happy about getting into the Tatamobaku. And, well, Sanji, well, yeah, Sanji has no plan. He has no plan at all. He decides really to give up, but instead of becoming gloomy, he's gonna be his lovely, dovely self and make Pudding Chan a very special person. Because, well, that's just it. It is also confirmed that Sanji may very well be on the whole cake island until the wedding comes, because he has a guest room that is Sanji's room. One wonder. But in Pudding's room, we see an old hag who has told Pudding that the Vivre card that the straws used belonged to Lola, much to her surprise. And it gets even further along the line when Pudding begins to talk, thinking in her head when she met Lola. And once again, I am seriously asking all these theorists, how can you think that Big Mom is a good person? Or become an ally? I mean, how many clues do you need before it's revealed that she is not a good person? If it really turns out that Big Mom will become an ally and all that crap, I mean, I will seriously rage. Everything. Even this chapter confirms that Big Mom is an abusive mother. She told in Pudding's face, do not know how young Pudding was, apparently a bit older. If you just listen to my orders, you will not go wrong. You're just like a sweet little doll, darling. I mean, is that really how a mother should say to her child? If you follow me, everything will go right. Yeah, right. And it's even the fact that the wedding dress Pudding picked is rejected in favor of another dress that Big Mom herself chooses. So yeah, she needs a serious personality change if she's gonna become an ally. And apparently Lola said goodbye to Pudding before she left. And Lola believed that she wouldn't be killed by Big Mom because they're still family, and she will decide her own marriage. And it turns out that Pudding was very young when Lola left. So, how young was she? She looks like a little child, so I guess maybe it was 10 years ago. It is always also seems to hint that Lola is, I mean, Pudding is indeed a three-eyed girl because the chair she's sitting in when Big Mom being her abusive mom looks very similar to the chair that the three-eyed girl that looks like Pudding sat in. So yeah, I think this situation's all there. And it's also Big Mom said that if Lola's marriage would have happened, she would have become the Pirate King, which meant that this was many, many years ago. And given how young Pudding looked in that flashback, yeah, it is. So I'm seriously asking, just who could have had that kind of power and have been so secretive until now? That's what I'm seriously asking. So, but Lola seemed to be very thinking that their family she wouldn't be killed. Either way, Pedro is being a diversion, being a very fast and very strong one, easily defeats many, and throws dynamite and runs away. It turns out that Brooke has managed to sneak into the castle, but Smoothie actually got outside the treasure room. So while she still is guarding the outside of the treasure room, she's not inside of the treasure room, meaning Brooke may very well have a chance. Although Tamago do confirms to us that there's no other exit other than that. So yeah. And also uh, we see Smoothie standing up for the first time. I'm just saying she's so mighty fine. I mean, it would even have been funny if Brooke would have just said to her, "Can I see your panties? I'm not wearing any panties," could she have said. But she's very tall, and given her legs, I'm seriously thinking that maybe Smoothie is a long-legged, or at least a half-long-legged tribe member. There's no way she has such a long leg and is a normal human. I know there are tall humans, but normally they have just as tall upper bodies that they have legs. So yeah, I think she's a half long-legged person. Smoothie wondering if they should kill Brooke, but Tamago wants Brooke alive because he's gonna join Big Mom's collection. Once again, hinting of Big Mom's evilness. So Brooke is alone with some other gang and the chess soldiers, who is indeed now confirmed to be homies. They have pawn, bishop, knight, rook, and king and queen soldiers. So Brooke decides to be very badass here. I do not like the fact that the chess soldiers attack and Brooke is on the defensive. Come on, they cannot be that strong! I don't care how low of a bounty Brooke has. Brooke should at least be able to fight them. Or is it the fact that they are attacking in teamwork and being overwhelm him? So Brooke has hidden his guitar in hammer space here. He picks it out and begins to play and takes out the souls of the homies, confirming everybody's theory that everybody had. Because there's been some guys who have had a theory that maybe Brooks Yomi Yomi no Mi is the natural enemy to the Soru Soru no Mi. After all, they're both the powers that use a soul, although Big Mom allows to manipulate. Well, actually, no, they're not that different. Both allowed to be manipulate all kinds of souls, although it seems that Big Mom is the only one who can take other souls, while Brooke can only take out his soul, but can still tempt the souls of others. So he uses it with a very badass image. He actually is either draining the chess soldiers of their souls, therefore killing them, so to speak, or something else. So yeah, he realizes the fact that since he is the soul king, he can manipulate souls. That may very well be the key to stop Big Mom. He says it only makes sense that souls that merely cast into wrong bodies like yours have no chance of standing up against the obstinate nature of my screaming soul. So yeah. And then finally, Charlotte Opera is watching Luffy and co. while Pudding arrives. And Luffy, being his idiot self, still is screaming, "Oh, Pudding, like you're here." Luffy, come on, no, a little tact. That's actually one of the reasons why I hate about his character. Either way, she enters the prison to talk to them. Says first that she's sorry she couldn't get to the coast, and also, but she whispers to them, and also the fact that Sanji has proposed to her, but she's also saying that she won't go through with his marriage. So she whispers something in Nami and Luffy's ear that greatly shocks them both, with Luffy even saying, "What the hell are you saying?" With tears in her eyes, she says goodbye. And it seems to hint that we will get a chapter next week. Huh, that's strange. I thought we were gonna go on a break this week. There have been some meanings that maybe next week is a double issue, so it would have been a break regardless. But knowing Oda, I don't think he planned that. So, although it may just be another manga, not them. Either way, a break definitely after next. Although there's a very huge chance I won't be able to review next One Piece chapter. Although that's not exactly confirmed, but it's hinted. So yeah, what I'm said at the beginning, this is this meant to confirm that Pudding really is good? I mean, the face she's made when she's sad, it still makes me question her, strangely enough. But more of all, what did she whisper to them? The fact that Nami's getting teary-eyed and Luffy being freaked out means it's definitely not something good. And even Pudding herself is crying out, and I think those tears are genuine. This seems to hint that Pudding is a good character, but what she whispered to Luffy and Nami, that's another clue. Is it possible she may have said that she's going to kill Sanji and then herself? That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe she's thinking that killing Sanji will free Sanji from the pain of working for the family or something like that. Or I mean, if Pudding decides to kill Sanji and not herself, then yeah, I have to admit that's not so very good. Maybe she's thinking of killing Sanji, she will spare Sanji of all the pain, and then she will get the wrath of Big Mom as her daughter. Or is she planning on killing them both as a suicide to be the ultimate protest? Thinking of it, I can only think of killing Sanji to make sure this wedding will not happen. Because it's clear she's not liking it. So yeah, Pudding being a good character, I'm all for that. Still, what's gonna happen now? To all theorists, stop defending Big Mom. She needs a serious personality and character development if you're thinking she can become an ally. But Pudding, yeah, I think you may be a good character after all. But what you whispered to Luffy and Nami, it's not gonna be good. Give me your thoughts if you have any.